scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Hi there, how are you? Yes, it's me, Elle, and welcome to my crazy world. Hee hee. Sorry, had to do that. I don't know why, but I did. Anyway, how are we all? Are we all doing well? I really hope so. We're getting well and truly back into the swing of things back here in Melbourne, Australia, so life is pretty good. And for everyone else who's not in this area, please take care. Alright, enough of that, more of this. I am talking to you today about movies, but not your A-class movies. We're going to be talking about your B, C, D, all the way through to Z. Z being the one that actually puts you to bed and puts you to sleep. And these past few nights I've been watching thrillers, as they're classified, of the old, I've started right down to 1963 is the first one, good year for some, and yeah, I am a very big fan of Vincent Price and always have been. As a younger teenager, I thought he was quite unusually handsome, and I loved the way he spoke. He, considering he was American, he spoke very eloquently, and everything was just proper, the way he spoke. So yeah, the movie that I watched of his was Diary of a Madman, and as I said, it was made in 1963. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it before, I will not tell you the ending of it, but it is really a good movie. It's a thriller, definitely a thriller. It's also not in black and white, it's actually in colour. I'm pretty sure it was originally done in colour, so yeah, not your black and white movie. We'll talk about that one a little bit further into it. So yeah, it's all about this judge. He's a judge in the courts, and he has to give trial to this man who's become a madman and basically a serial killer. 1 second. Pardon me. I just remembered my fan was on, didn't I? Sorry. Yes, so he was the judge and had to see through the trial of this madman, and nobody could understand why he became a madman because he was so normal until such time as he ended up killing 3 women. Anyway, Vincent Price goes to see him as requested by the man, because everyone said he was normal and he was trying to get away with the pretending to be a madman. And the movie continues from there. I am not going to tell you all of it. Suffice to say that Vincent Price becomes entangled, shall we say. If you do want to watch the movie, by the way, I actually watched it on YouTube, and the full movie was on YouTube, and so if I needed to pause to go for nature calls, not a problem, because I could do that. But once I get into a movie, I really get into the movie, so no, I didn't do any nature calling. Not that you really need to know about that, but there you go. So yes, that's just reading my notes. I actually went into it further, but I'm not going to. all I need to say is if you love Vincent Price and thrillers of yore, go watch it because it's excellent. I loved it. Out of 10, I'd give it a good solid 9, and even probably a 10, maybe 9 because of some of the special effects. But you've got to remember that they started, the horror movies back then in the 60s, and it's not until the 80s and onwards that special effects really became mega special effects. So yeah, there you go. So Diary of a Madman, 1963, and you will find it if you're interested on YouTube. So, and it's for free, by the way, if I'm not allowed to say that. I didn't say that, but it is. So right, I'm going to tick that off because we've got several movies. The other one I watched with Vincent Price, I had a little snigger tee because everybody knows how much I love my bats. And this movie was called The Bat. Well, not was, is called The Bat. And once again, we have Vincent Price in it, and he looks like in this one, he is a doctor, and seems to be the villain, and I will not go any further than that. Suffice to say that he is sort of evil, but in a good way. Oh, and out of 10, I will give... Out of 10, I will give this one a solid 8. It is a thriller more than a horror, I would say, although you do have some horrors in it. The people in it are Vincent Price, and the main lady is Agnes Moorehead, and if you remember her, she was Mum in Bewitched, and she plays the part of the rich lady that comes into town. So I love the clothes, I love the whole setting. It's a little bit kitsch when it comes to the women. Oh dear, oh. But back in those days, that's how it was. And it was made in 1959, and this one is in black and white. And if you want to watch a groovy, ghouly, well, not so much ghouly, but a groovy, thrilling sort of movie, and whodunit, yeah, give it a watch because it's really, really good. Well, my version of good. And these are all B-grade movies, so I found them to be just as good as an A, maybe an A minus, but really good. So now I'm going to cross this one off because I've spoken about it. Yeah, it's murder mystery, thriller, murder mystery, really good. All right, now don't worry, I didn't watch all these movies all in one go. I don't think my world would survive it if I did. I watched a movie called Frogs. And and by the way, The Bat is also on YouTube for free, so look it up. Yeah, Frogs. Frogs was made in 1980. We wish. It was made in 1972. If there's any rating of this movie, I would classify it as a X. And not in a good way. Well, except for one person, because Sam Elliott is in it, and he's one of the main characters, and anyway, he is a nature person, going out and taking photos of this island that he is kayaking around. And all you see, probably the first good, well, it felt like 10 hours, but 5 minutes would be him going around with a camera taking photos of snakes and alligators and frogs and rubbish and trees and rubbish and water and rubbish and island and it goes on, and everything that you see, but you see the rubbish part of it, you know, bringing into the factor that, you know, humankind are disgusting little people who leave all their rubbish behind. Anyway, so it goes on. The next person that you would know is Joan Van Ark. She was very much a, later in the 80s, she was known to be in things like Murder, She Wrote, and just, not serial, what do they call it? Series of whatever happened, you know, could be all these movies, well, not movies, but series escape me. So, you know, Dallas and yeah, she was a stand-in, stand-by, stand on the side, stand over there and next to him, and it's a joke. Anyway, who else was in it? Ray Milland. Mitch told me this, and I cannot remember. Is it Ray Millard? I've written it. Ray Milland, according to my paperwork. So, anyway, we'll see who. Just look up Sam Elliott, and you remember him from movies like Ghost Rider. He's the horse rider, as opposed to Nicolas Cage being the motorbike rider. So anyway, he was also in Mask with Cher, and he always plays the muscly, not macho, but very much the man's man sort of movie parts. He was also in a movie with Patrick Swayze, which now escapes me, Roadhouse Blues, I think. Roadhouse Blues? Anyway, so you can sort of see he was the man's man, is, and he's also in a series at the moment, I think, with Ashton Kutcher, called The Ranch, and he still looks good for his age, that man, I can tell you that now. Very, very nice. Please excuse all the lighting changes. It is very cloudy, and every so often you get a nice little bit of blue sky, but it's intermittent sun. All right, big words out the door. So anyway, the rest of the cast weren't known, and the rest of the cast, excuse me a second, the rest of the cast also were really, really, really bad actors. It was like, and the whole course of the movie is Sam Elliott goes in and his name is Pickett, first name. Yeah. We'll just call him Sam Elliott. He goes in and he sees and is told that there's a big disturbance of frogs going insane, and they're so big and they're getting bigger, and I'm pretty sure they got toads from Australia over there to cane toads, that is, and they were huge. And so yeah, apparently the Ray M, we'll call him, character had gotten his man person, servant, whatever you want to call him, to go and spray out the area so these frogs that were making so much noise could shut up and give them peace and quiet, because, you know, in their lifestyle it was imperative that they had peace and quiet and quietness. I think we've got a new puppy next door. Anyway, yeah, it's a movie, and yeah, and the music score that they had was a bit funny, a bit weird. The whole thing was really weird, but if you don't mind Sam Elliott, watch it. If you think you're going to get a really good storyline, don't watch it. If you think you're going to get some sort of really wonderful ending, forget it. It's not a whodunit. It's not a thriller. It's just a quiet. Well, not quiet because the frogs are bloody loud, but it's interesting. All right. It's also on YouTube for free. May I just add that all these movies that I'm talking about are all to do with movies that you can get on YouTube. So now I will get rid of that one. And I think I might just leave it at that. The next movies that we're going to talk about, probably next Friday, because I think that might be a Friday idea, is one of my favourite actors, Darren McGavin. And if you know, well, he's not favourite, he's one of my enjoyable ones. He brings a little tee into my watching of the certain movies that he did. He did a series called The Night Stalker, and if you remember that, you'll know what I'm talking about. When he did 2 feature movies, and then they just did the series called The Night Stalker, and I think next Friday we'll talk about those 2. But definitely, if you like Vincent Price and old movies, do yourself, now I sound like Molly Meldrum, do yourself a favour and watch Diary of a Madman, and definitely, if you like the 50s style movies, The Bat. Anyway, I will leave you short and sweet at that, which is not so short, and that's why I'm cutting it today. But if you feel so inclined, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, depending on if you like it or not, and hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload a video. All right, please take care, stay safe, look after each other, treat others as you would like to be treated, wash your hands, wear your mask, and most of all, take care, and I will see you on Monday. No, I won't. Since when do I do anything on Monday? I'll see you on Wednesday. That's the one. All right, and we'll probably talk about makeup, maybe, to see how I feel and take my fancy. All right, you take care. See you later. Bye.